unlike what we are seeing today. These TSA workers not getting paid anything is causing some crazy lines, just weaving until they get to the actual TSA checkpoint. About 3-4 hour waits at this point. People have missed flights. I've been hearing from people who say that they made it just in the nick of time. So very frustrating for passengers, and people have been staying positive, but you know, it doesn't make things much better. Listen,
I think this is just a sucky situation all around, but I hope they figure something out. I'm not even mad. I mean, I'm like frustrated, but you know, good luck to the workers.
And it's not just here in Atlanta. We are seeing these astronomical lines at other major airports nationwide.
Fox's Madison Scarpino. America's listening to Fox News.
History isn't just in textbooks. It's the story of us, the United States. 2026 marks 250 years of America. And throughout the year, Bill Hemmer takes listeners on a journey through the 250 most impactful moments in American history. From the spark of revolution to the battles for freedom, the ideas, inventions, and decisions that changed the world. The 250 most impactful moments in American history podcast. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, everyone. It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Hey, everyone. It's Phil Sims.
It's Dolores Catania.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kix Brooks.
It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Rob Paulson.
I'm Ryan Serhant.
Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Palizzi.
Everybody's Kevin Nealon.
What's up, guys? It's Nia Sue, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
Recapping our top story, at least 4 people are critically injured after an Air Canada flight arriving at LaGuardia Airport collided with a fire truck on the runway. LaGuardia Airport said a ground stop. It will remain in effect until at least 2 today. President Trump posting on Truth Social that no DHS funding bill should be passed until Democrats, he says, are ready to support the Safe America Act that requires proof of U.S. citizenship as well as photo ID to vote in federal elections. An arrest in the fatal shooting of a college student in Chicago. We have more from Fox's Stevie Cotton.
DHS says ICE has lodged an arrest detainer for this illegal immigrant from Venezuela who has now been arrested for the death of college freshman Sheridan Gorman. The agency is identifying the suspect, Jose Medina, and they shared this timeline, saying in May 2023, he was apprehended by U.S. Border Patrol and released into the country under the Biden administration. A little more than a month later, the agency says Medina was arrested for shoplifting in Chicago and released out into the streets once again. DHS Acting Assistant Secretary Lauren Biss writing in part, quote, "We are calling on Governor Pritzker and Chicago's sanctuary politicians to commit to not releasing this criminal illegal alien back into American neighborhoods."
Chicago police have described the shooting as an ambush. They've also recovered a gun and are awaiting a residue test. Evacuation warnings have now been lifted for the north shore of Oahu, but there is more heavy rain in the forecast for the Hawaiian island amid flash flood watches still in effect. This resident with a reaction to the destruction.
Just don't even know what to think. It's just devastating. Just not ourselves, as just friends and families and loved ones.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green says it is the worst flooding Hawaii has seen in 20 years, and he estimates that the cost to repair the damage could easily top $1 billion. I'm Sue Guzman. This is Fox News.
This Lent, KFC Guam is your place for Lent with the largest selection of seafood favorites on the island. Enjoy the shrimp burger, wasabi fish sandwich, crab salad wraps, wasabi fish wraps, and island-inspired shrimp kelaguen. Craving something crispy? Dig into breaded shrimp, breaded fish fillet, and popcorn shrimp, or go all out with satisfying seafood dinners. So many choices, all made just right for the season. This Lent, choose variety, choose flavor. KFC Guam, it's finger-licking good.
Boss, I got run over by a forklift.
Boss, I crashed a company truck.
What do we do? Our warehouse and inventory are gone.
Hi, this is Dave Silva from AB Risk Solutions, and it's time for Risk 101. Everything you just heard are examples of risk your businesses can face. Our job is to ask the hard what-if questions and teach you how to reduce your exposures and help you recover if things go sideways. We've got decades of experience in Micronesia working with businesses big and small. Call AB Risk Solutions today at 777-2668 for a free inspection and quote.
AB Risk Solutions, formerly known as Aon.
Kim Anderson from Security Title here, sharing an important tip about how you own your property. Do you know that there are several ways to hold title? You can be a sole owner, hold title as community property with your spouse, as joint tenants with rights of survivorship as tenants in common, or even through a trust or LLC. Each option impacts inheritance, control, and how your property can be transferred in the future. Your family attorney can help you determine what's best to avoid legal issues and protect your investment. And when you're ready to record, call the professionals at Security Title. We are here to help.
Boss 104, The Point, Star 101, and Lotte Hotel Guam present the 2026 Island Wedding Expo. Mark the date, Sunday, June 14th. Join us as we showcase an abundance of elegant choices for your special day. Table spaces are now available, but hurry, they're filling up. If you're a business that caters to all things weddings, from coordinators, florists, cakes, photographers, and more, call 888-7346 and connect with Doris, Shanzi, Daryl, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Island Wedding Expo, call 888-RDIO.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. It's 1800 hours and 7 minutes. Time for Veterans with Benefits with your veteran hosts Anthony Tehran, Karina Ballista, and Ray Shinahara.
Hafadi, welcome back, everyone. As always, want to start our show with thanking our sponsors. Ambrose Inc., veteran-owned company. American Legion Post 1, don't forget their every second Saturday, Steak Day. Hebzibah Family Medical Clinic, 11Z's, right behind the radio show. They offer 11% discount. What are you having, Ray?
Same thing I had last time, black coffee.
11% discount for veterans and military. Domino's.
We found him. We have proof of life.
I know I sent that picture to Jose.
We love you, Dave.
We found Dave. He's the one in that. The one I sent you, Jose. The Anthony with the guy in the shirt. Just the picture of those two. JTC Services, also veteran-owned, women veteran-owned. The most services of Rob Jackson, Master Blasters for all your blasting needs. HMI, the veteran nonprofit organization we're with, and Guam Junk Haulers.
Well, you got one more. Don't we have a new one?
Yes. Oh, I'm almost done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Loco Jerk. Jerk.
One more.
And
In-N-Out Barbecue.
Veteran-owned?
No, it's my dad.
Partially veteran-owned.
Well, you know, when he's not around, I'm there.
Yes, so veteran-owned. Yes. So I think you're going to do a giveaway maybe later on?
Ooh. First person to call during our little question and answer thing will get some free.
Hello, am I the
free
first
merch.
caller?
No.
And then I know
yet.
I gave away stuff from Loco Jerk, and I was on the phone with Marvin today, and I forgot to remind him, hey, while you're off island, I gave away some stuff. But he did tell me that I could. So now we're on to Veteran of the Week, my favorite part. Joseph S. Jesus. Today we proudly recognize and honor Joseph Jesus for his honorable service to the United States Army and his steadfast commitment to duty, safety, and the protection of others. Serving as a firefighter, Specialist Jesus played a critical role in safeguarding lives, equipment, and military installations. His responsibilities required courage, rapid response, and technical skill. Often in high-risk and life-threatening situations, through his service, he demonstrated unwavering dedication to mission readiness and the well-being of his fellow soldiers. Specialist Jesus further enhanced his military capabilities by completing the Meteorological Observer course, expanding his knowledge in environmental and weather conditions, an essential component in operational planning and emergency response. His excellence and discipline were recognized through multiple commendations, including the Good Conduct Medal and Army Service Ribbon, as well as achieving expert qualification with the M16 rifle and hand grenade, reflecting superior proficiency and commitment to excellence. His award of the Driver Badge further highlights his versatility and reliability in mission support. After completing his service with an honorable discharge, Specialist Jesus exemplified the Army values of duty, integrity, and selfless service throughout his military career. Through his dedication and professionalism, Joseph S. Jesus brought great credit upon himself, the United States Army and the community he proudly represents. Today, we extend our deepest gratitude for his service and sacrifice in defense of our nation and our freedoms. Veteran of the Week, congratulations to Joseph S. Jesus. You get pizza from
Domino's. Go see Dane. He does exist. Oh, there he is. He's on the picture.
Woohoo.
We found him. Thank you, Dane, for all you do for our veterans. We really appreciate you.
He doesn't look like
And he
Bigfoot.
gave us those veteran certificates. The veteran pizza, I think it's there. I think I sent it to him. While he looks for that, Anthony, did you want to say hello?
Yes, hello to Knox, Aaliyah, and my mom.
All right. We're going to not do the tip of the week because honestly, our show is a giant tip of the week information session. I feel like we just push out so much information because there's so much, to be said. Last week we had Mr. Roki Mantanani, right? Wings in Paradise. We missed you last week, Ray. Where did you go?
Went to Japan.
And you should have given us those pictures. We could have shown them.
Oh, yeah. No, I went for a tournament over there, hung out in Kyoto, Osaka. Got to live that veteran life and enjoyed everything we fought for. So it was real nice.
Speaking of veteran life.
Are you ready for it?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Go for it.
So we have this group, right, that we have on WhatsApp, and then I know I was walking or doing something, and all I saw was your message, like 12 years took 12 years, and I was like, what is Ray talking about? Then I opened your message. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. So recently got to that 100%.
Congratulations.
Which was real nice. Like she was talking, like Karina was talking about, like it took me 12 years to do. So it was definitely a very emotional sensation that I felt when I got, the letter. And it was interesting because 6 a.m. happened. I got the email. It said, your decision letter came in, and I was like, oh my gosh, crossing my fingers, expecting the worst. And, when you pull up your account, you get the VA account and you hit that button and it says what your percentage is. And I was like, whoa. And it was a good feeling, but definitely wouldn't have been possible without you two helping with Dr. Akoma. So HMI definitely helped me out with, what was deserved to me.
Right. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks,
and I think I know when we first heard your story, right? It's what I often tell you, right? Hey, man, how many combat tours did you have again?
7.
7 combat tours. Man, I don't know very many people that have 7 combat tours. And for them to take like 5 years to get to you, right, is interesting. I know I've seen people like in the Air Force, never been to combat, retired, and went straight to 100%.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that they don't deserve it, right? But one thing we do know is the Air Force keeps really, really good records. So whenever they need stuff, it's all right there, And I think even the environment when you're working in the Air Force is, we got to make sure you're healthy, go take care of yourself, and you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So they kind of do that. Now, start getting into places like, or outfits like the Army and the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Man, you
less
don't
documentation.
And you just suck it up.
Yeah.
I think things may be changing just a tad bit, but at the end of the day, it's still one of those things where you really got to be your own advocate when you're in. So, but
and thinking about that, if anybody's listening and like having an issue with their claims, like first off, don't give up.
Yes.
Right? You guys tell us that all the time, but like it when it gets to you and you're deserving of it, then it absolutely feels great knowing that you put in that hard work for it. But for guys like me that didn't have that documentation, and then giving that particular documentation to like the auditor or whoever's doing your thing, like don't assume that just because it's in your record they're going to see it. You have to make sure that they see it the first time they open it. So getting all of that relevant information for that particular disability or whatever is definitely key, and you can definitely find that out if you go to the boot camp.
There you go. I was about to jump in and say that, right? And it's something that you can be very knowledgeable, you can be prepared, and even then you're still gonna have a hard time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's crazy, but yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Now you can go have a good life with that 100%.
So happy for you. I mean, we
Thank
get good news every day. You know, we don't share it, HIPAA information and all.
Yeah.
But we get good news every day, and every time someone tells me they're 100%, I say congratulations, kind of like I did to you, right? I wasn't like, woohoo, let's party, because that's you, right? That's you to party. But it's because I hear it a lot, and I apologized to a couple, I think, a few weeks ago, and I said, I'm so sorry if I wasn't happier or more excited, but I just want you to know that this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I've been keeping track of, of what the nonprofit's been doing for the past 2 years, and when I did the numbers, I'm like, oh my God, we've helped 447 veterans get over $1 million.
Yeah.
And we do all of this for free. Someone today said, oh, you get paid for this. I go, no, we're a nonprofit. We have no grants, no funding. Everything is by donation.
Yeah.
Remember all that good food that you guys ate at the benefits boot camp? Well, guess what? Veterans that came before you donated to our registered 501c3 nonprofit, and that's how we pay for the food.
And of course, our sponsors that are
Yes, we have a lot of sponsors.
like
Ambrose,
right?
yeah.
The drinks that we
Yeah.
get come from Ambrose, right?
Yeah.
And there's rarely ever a time where our veterans will be sitting around and we don't have drinks, and we get some pretty good drinks
Yeah.
too. Not the alcoholic type.
The water, the water in a can.
The one that says
It looks like beer.
Anheuser, right? Budweiser,
It looks like beer,
Anheuser-Busch.
but it's
yeah,
water.
It looks
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
It's such delicious
Yeah.
water too.
It
I think
is,
there's a little
especially when it's
alcohol in
cold.
there.
No.
Come on, there's got to be.
No,
It's in your head.
especially,
It's in your
especially when
head.
it's cold. Especially when it's cold.
But when you first see it, you probably would think it was
Yes.
alcohol.
Well, I'm so happy for you. 100% honesty is different. And I'm just going to highlight the few benefits, right, that once you hit 100%, this is what you get.
Yeah.
So 100%, if you have dependents or they can use Chapter 35. That's the education benefit. So they'll basically go to school for free because the stipend per month is $1,500 a month. Now, it's not like, some education benefits they pay per semester. This is per month. And then another one is free dental care. You can, go get, all the dental care you need for free.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one is you get to use the Space Safe Flight. Same category.
Oh, absolutely.
Same
Absolutely.
category as retirees, but
Yeah.
come on, $35 versus $1,200 to $1,500 to leave this island.
Yeah.
I mean, jump on that.
That's one of the reasons why I went straight to the Navy today. Get that ID card.
Yes,
Yeah.
and another thing is you get that ID card that looks just like a cat card, right? The DoD ID card,
Yeah.
which is in Deers, which you no longer have to. Oh, I gotta go to this.
Oh, yeah,
I have to go to
every
Navy. I
year.
have to go to Anderson to get my card. No, this is you are in the system now. Once they scan your card, it's already in there. You just drive right through.
And an even bigger benefit, right, is the expiration date, right? Tell us what's the expiration date.
Indefinite.
What does that mean?
Forever.
You're gonna live forever.
No, that means I have base access forever.
Well, we try to tell that to
Yeah,
our
yeah,
veterans, so
yeah.
we get them. You got to chase that. It's gonna keep you alive forever. So.
Yeah.
We ran into another veteran couple, and they got 100%, and they said, life changing. And I said, hey, now you have access to all these benefits. Did you guys? Oh, we have someone on the phone.
Oh.
Did you guys go and go to the commissary, go to the exchange, shop it? No, not yet. Like, oh, you guys got to go, but they also got their ID.
That's awesome.
And not only does the veteran get their
Thing
ID,
is off.
but their
Looks like I'm the only one that's
their
listening.
spouse gets that. Oh
Okay.
man, I want
That's
to
all-
hear it. Is it not working? Is yours not working now? Mine's not working either. I don't know. Okay, you just have to relay the message to us.
So we got two people on. So
Okay.
we'll go to one first. Okay.
I can't hear anything on my headpiece.
Hello, caller. Can you hear me?
I sure
I can
can.
hear now.
Okay.
Okay,
and
good.
Can I get your name, please?
Mike 80.
Mike 80
Hey.
is on the line.
Hello. I think I have
When
his
is the
photo,
conference?
Jose. If you can pull it up, it's the nice picture of the couple sitting down at King's.
And we're the couple you
Their
were just
photos.
talking about that got the 100% indefinite.
job.
Man. I'm so grateful to you guys. I mean, it's life changing, and you're knowledgeable, and it's unbelievable to be able to sit with you folks like we did today. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Well, and all our veterans deserve that, and that's the reason we have to continue to do that. And everybody who does things that help our veterans to be in the position that they're at, right? they're the folks that make things happen, and we really want that, right?
All
So-
right. Oh no, not that. So it's the picture of them. It's a picture of the couple sitting at King's. The couple at
Oh,
King's.
yeah.
That one is that's Shirley's. I think you're showing.
Well,
Jose.
I tell you what,
The
you
couple
guys
at
are
King's.
such life changing, and
There's just
I'm
two
on a
people.
mission to help you any way I possibly can. And
Oh yeah,
and
well,
for the veterans out there, I spent 6 months at the Palo Alto VA getting radiation treatment at Stanford. If any of you guys ever have to go to Palo Alto, get in touch with me. I can give you shortcuts. I can tell you size-changing stuff. I can tell you where to shop. When we were there, we got a car and we met all the Chamorro people, and we took them around to get their thumbs done and took them to, of course, Ross to shop and stuff. So it's a nice place to go. I mean, never a hospital, a nice place, but these guys are really, really professional. The doctors I had that operated on me 3 times were from Stanford. These are Stanford professors that you have, and you can't, nobody can afford that care. And one neat story is I was in getting radiation at Stanford, and one of the ladies had lived in Guam before. So I'm laying there on the table getting radiated, and the next thing I know, she puts on J.D. Crutch playing Apu Magi.
Oh,
And
wow. How cool.
I melted right on,
Oh,
right
yes.
on the table there. So there's people all over the world that know about Guam and love it and miss it, And
awesome.
Again, guys, I anything you need me to do other than babble on the radio, but I'm there to help out, and I'm an old fart, but I sure work hard.
Oh man,
So-
sure do. Thank you for all that information, and we'll give you that $50 we told you we'd pay you for calling in. And but
yeah, you guys are just so amazing. I don't even know where you get me all teared up every time I talk to you. So
Well, and-
God bless you, and
Okay.
and keep up the work, man. And again, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. And I will call my cousin Frankie and say, dude, you saved me, man. You really helped me out. So
awesome.
There's a lot of people involved in this cog of wheel that turns. And
Yes.
you guys are the center of it. So
awesome. Yes. All right.
Keep on keeping on.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Mike.
All right. You
All right,
have a
talk
good
to you
one.
later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Sorry, Mike. My earphones aren't working, so I couldn't hear anything you said. But I will watch the replay and I will comment.
You said
next week.
all good things
Yeah.
about Ray and I.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Just us.
Just you guys?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm the one that got banana bread.
Wait, you got banana bread?
Yes.
Oh no, we got some too, Ray.
Oh, okay, cool.
All we
cool,
got to
cool,
do is call
cool.
Mike.
All right, cool.
Anyway, we're gonna go to line 2.
All right.
Line 2.
Hello, how you doing, sir? Welcome back home.
Hey, I know who this is.
Everybody knows this guy.
No, I just want to say thank you for what you guys are doing, and I want to wish you good luck in your bid for the 39 Guam legislature.
I think we're keeping that a little bit on the, but thank you.
Before we get started, I just want to say we continue to pray for world peace.
Yes,
Because, we all need that right now.
Oh yeah.
And, because, as a matter of fact, I was just watching a YouTube channel about the life in the ship. Because, I deployed with the Marines for 6 months in the ship. And, I understand how the Navy personnel are feeling right now being out there.
Yes.
Pretty much like, they're just waiting. Hoping that they're not going to get hit by any incoming missiles from our adversaries.
That's right.
Sleeping in those and being in the ship is quite I've been there and just watching the show is like, man, those were the 6 months that I had to endure when I was deployed with the Marine Corps.
Okay.
In the Middle East, just waiting for any will be the Marine Expeditionary Unit that they're talking about.
Yeah.
This is the Marine unit that's from here within the Western Pacific.
Oh wow.
And they all they do is train waiting for the go orders to deploy. The Marines were trained for air, land, and sea.
Right.
When I was deployed in Middle East in mid '80s.
Mm-hmm.
They were an amphibious assault unit, and I can imagine how those guys are feeling right now if you do go into Iran. Because I've been to Afghanistan and I know how it is. So I've flown several two helicopters all over Afghanistan when my 2011 deployment. And it's not a joke. Just looking down and say, man, praying that we're not going to get hit.
There you go. And
while we're going to different forward operating bases, and I was blessed that it's not as hard as right now what's going on. Because before it was just dealing with smaller missiles and all that. Now it's a bigger thing that our military personnel are facing, and I just pray that they'll be able to come home safe.
Yes.
And also feel for the family, because they're the one actually worrying here.
Yep.
They worry about their family members. When I was deployed, my wife never watched the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helicopters going down, all that stuff. Yes, I was in the Air Force, but I traveled. I earned a lot of mileage when I was deployed in 2011. But just continue to pray for them. I just want to add on in that regard, right? Because it brings back memory.
Yes, and
my deployment in the Marines, my deployment in Afghanistan twice, and I just feel for the family, and I just continue to pray. Yeah. And for us, some people say, "Hey, let's go to war." Guys, if you have not been in that environment, if you've not been in the military, if you're not a veteran, then you know how it feels to be in that kind of situation. Yeah. It's easy to be an armchair quarterback.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you to Mr. Servino. I just found out that he took over the Veterans Transport Services.
Did he take on the bus one, the main one?
Yeah, I had a talk with him, and he said that if you call the number, he's the one that actually dispatching his personnel. They open 24 hours.
Awesome.
So
yes.
you can take qualified veterans to any of their
appointments.
Yep. So I think you guys should bring Mr. Servino to inform our veterans as far as what services is being provided.
Yeah,
as far as the transport services.
Yeah, we've been bringing him around, Steve, because he came down to the Inalahan, boot camp, and then he presents at the symposium and the summit. So when we first talked to him, he just started out and he said he wanted to help. He didn't know he was going to get into the VA, but he knew that we needed transportation. So even before he was there, we told him, come on by. And, he started talking to everybody. And then lo and behold, he ends up, getting a contract to do this. And I think it's even getting better now, now that he's proven that. And the other thing.
As a fact, he asked me if I know anybody that wanted to work part-time.
Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah, he wants to, he hires veterans.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he looked at me and was like, no, I retired. What I'm doing right now is just spending time with the family, because the time that I have left for after retirement is not recovering for the lost times I had while working for the Guam Police Department for 31 years and being deployed, being in the military for 23 years, 3 branches of service, the Marine Corps, Army Reserves, and then 18 years with the Guam Air National Guard. Those are lost times.
Yes.
What I'm doing right now is just trying to create new memories for my family and my grandchildren.
Very good.
So a lot of people are asking me to come back to work. I said, no, I've done my time. I've served this island for 31 years, and I've served our nation for 23 years. And it's time for me to just say, let the young guys do it. Let Wayne Tyrone take care of all the politicking and all that stuff. Because I was asked several times to run.
I remember.
And I told him that, no, I can't. I've served our island with pride and dignity as a member of the Guam Air National Guard, and also with the Guam Police Department as a public servant.
Yeah, and
I live in that bubble. I live in that glass house for 31 years.
And here you are, right? I mean, even up until today, right? You still come around to all our different events and things that we do, and we sincerely appreciate that. You come to our task force meetings, and you're always doing input. So we providing input to our veterans and keeping everyone updated. But hey, it looks like we're.
Thank you for inviting me, because I was surprised.
Anytime, all the time.
This guy is bothering me in my retirement years, and I appreciate it.
We're going on break. Thank you. We'll talk to you again. Thanks, Steve.
And again, good luck, man. Good luck. 39 people running, so I wish you good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
thank
brother.
you. Thanks.
Okay, God bless.
All right,
Okay,
we're gonna go on a break.
Yes.
You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. We'll be right back.
Guam Regional Medical City proudly welcomes endocrinologist Dr. Joel Mark Rubio. Now seeing patients, Dr. Rubio provides specialized care for diabetes, thyroid conditions, hormone disorders, bone and weight concerns, and metabolic care in pregnancy, helping patients manage their health at every stage of life. As GRMC, we're growing our specialty service to make expert care more accessible for our island. Ask your doctor for a referral to GRMC Endocrinology. Call 633-GRMC or visit grmc.gu to learn more. GRMC, expanding expert care close to home.
I'm going to read all these comments that we have online, and anyone's listening to us on YouTube, hello. I do care about you. I just don't have, I can't see
Chuck
you.
Hazard?
I don't know. I don't see anyone on YouTube. But I'm going to read all the comments. Half a day veterans. Oh, I normally say that. Jose said it. And Brendan Fausto, good evening, brother.
What's up?
Bunker Meno, buenas, Prim.
What's up, Primo?
Johnny Utah, Jose, 1600 is 4 p.m., 1800 is 6 p.m.
You guys didn't catch that? The following program has been pre-recorded.
Oh.
Yeah, he goes, did I say 1600? Would you believe me if I said we're pre-recorded? He goes, then I want to hear some pre-recorded tall tales. Oh. Yeah. Brendan Fausto, Jigo Jarhead, watching Let's Go Veteran Warfighters. Rocky Cruz, Biba HMI Biba. Elizabeth Kichichu, watching.
Oh.
And then Rocky Cruz, congratulations on your 100%. I definitely know what you mean about getting emotional. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. You can hang out with us now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wait, I'm in the Hundo Club now, huh?
Yes, you
Oh, man.
You know, they say only 2% of all veterans are 100% service connected.
Oh, man.
So I'm part of the 2%?
You're a 2%er.
Oh, man.
Not a 1%er.
Or the 3%er.
But, you know, I mean, yes, we celebrate the wins, but at the same time, like you said, for all the veterans that are not getting awarded their benefits and they keep getting denied, keep going.
Absolutely.
Keep going. You should not give up.
And you know, we talk about this a lot, right? That, you know, we see some folks that have not deployed and get to 100%. And this is all the more reason they tell all our combat guys. And I've seen more than enough of them not getting to their 100%, and they've been combat deployed multiple times.
And everybody has their own experience with being in the military.
Right.
Right? And, like, you know, however you serve, whether you're the butcher, the baker, or the candlestick maker, like, your experience is yours. But if you sustained injuries...
Go
get it. We have someone online again?
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's get the person online.
Well, you're good, Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. Off a day, welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ray. Hey, Karina, how you doing?
Oh, there you go. Oh, so this is the guy on YouTube.
Okay. Hey, Karina, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, you look different on TV because your mouth is not matching what I'm hearing. Hey, so you know, I live in PD, and we have a PD chat.
Yeah.
And in PD's chat, biggest best Mayor Jesse Alec put out like a, I don't know what do you want to call it, like an ad for a candidate for senator. It's some guy named Anthony Tejeron. Do we know if he's a good guy?
Well, we're going to have to kind of do radio silence on that for now. But anyway, Chuck, you're a good man.
You know, I'm just playing.
I hear you.
Anyway,
Okay.
Hey, you guys do great. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Later.
Well, welcome. Hey, we used your name. Some folks were talking about the skill bridge.
Skill bridge, yes.
So we wanted to make sure we turned them on to you. And
was that Mary Kate?
I'm not sure. Somebody just asked them. We told them, hey, a big proponent of that is Chuck Hazard down there at Amentum, and you know we always every opportunity we let them know that, you know, you're doing great stuff there.
For those listening who are close to getting out, this Skill Bridge program is awesome. The military pays you. You work for us, so you're like slave labor. Just kidding. But you're free labor. And the cool part I didn't know until this year, which I briefed at the meeting in Anderson, is that I don't have to have an opening.
Oh, that's right.
You know, yeah, so we can plug them in and, you know, bring their leadership and their experience and organization to bear to help us. So I think there are a couple of candidates. I'm supposed to get their names and resumes soon, and we're going to try and get that pumping.
Awesome. We really, and those are one of the things, whenever we get veterans into different places, right? Whenever we get together and we regroup, right, our main mission is how do we take care of more veterans, and then those that come after us will more than likely do the same thing. It's kind of what we deal with. It's our culture, right? We may not enjoy everything while we're in the service, right? But once we get out, right, we find ways to make sure that we're doing the same thing we did, only in the civilian world, and continue to help each other and help the community.
Yeah, and this skill bridge, we have a person in corporate, a team in corporate that runs it for us, because there's a lot of logistics for us to figure out. So with that in mind, we get the candidates, we'll work with corporate, work with the military, figure out how to get things done, and get these folks hired.
Awesome,
Give them
great.
some good experience.
And
So
you hire veterans too, aside from the skill bridge side, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, there's 2 hiring conferences going on. One is, I think, this week. It's with DOL, with veterans. I'm going to go to that besides my HR.
Okay.
And then UOG next month. So, but yeah, definitely is going to be one, especially for veterans. So I think there's only a handful of companies going to be there, and we're excited to be one of them. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. And we keep promoting you guys. So we also missed you at our last meeting, right?
Task force meeting?
No. Wasn't he supposed to come to?
Oh, yes. So we had the sponsor meeting. Yeah. The sponsors. Yeah.
I don't think I knew about it, but I was sick. If you can't tell by my voice.
Yeah, I was going to say. You sound sick. Hope you get better.
My new sexy voice.
Yes, and it's on the air.
All right.
For everyone to hear. Hey, you take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's get to some news before we. Thanks for all the callers, though.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So, our next HMI's next benefits boot camp is April 7 and 8 at the Molesto Mayor's office. If you haven't registered, send me a message at 671-682-7631 and we'll get you registered. Remember, this is where you learn. No one is teaching us veterans about how to navigate your VA claims process, because Ray over here, when you first met us, we're, oh, you guys are navigators. I didn't know what that meant, but okay, now I've heard it 2 or 3 times, after that, HMI is helping veterans navigate their VA benefits and medical as well, because no one's telling veterans that, hey, you qualify for medical if you deployed at certain locations, or if you're a part of different operations, or if you're exposed to toxins.
Yeah.
And the newest one, is, which we talked about at the Guam Task Force meeting, which I think we have a photo up there of the Guam Task Force meeting. We at the Guam Veteran Task Force meeting, we talk about important issues that affect veterans today, what's coming up, what's in Congress, what we're watching, and then we talk about what's happening local, and we get together with all different veteran organizations and other veterans that have concerns. Yeah. So unlike the Veteran Commission, we actually listen to veterans and we address their issues.
No kidding.
Yes, because if no one's paying attention to the law, you're supposed to allow veterans to come and voice their concerns and lead them in the right direction. So we leave a space open for veterans who need help. And the most recent one that we dealt with was, I know veterans deal with this every day, is traveling off island, right? Referral process, waiting for the referrals to come so they could travel for healthcare. Anyways, so that's what what we did. I know I sent the photo to, I think he's showing our schedule right now.
Yes.
So scan the QR code if you're watching online to register for our boot camp. This is our whole year's schedule. So April is going to be in Molesto. Where is May? May's going to be
Talafofo?
Talafofo?
Yes.
May is Talafofo. June
is Dededo.
July is in Jigo.
Yes.
And then August, we're having our symposium.
That's right.
September is going to be in Santa Rita.
There you go.
October is going to be where? Where's October?
We can't see.
We can't see.
Tamuning.
Okay.
And then
November, we don't have one. And December should be in Jonia, right?
There you go.
Should be in Jonia.
Can you go back to the QR code real quick?
The QR code.
Yeah, so some people may not understand what it means to scan a QR code, but if you get your smartphone and you turn on your camera and you scan that QR code, you'll have this little orange toggle on the bottom. Hit that and it registers you.
Orange or white.
Yeah. So
sometimes it's white.
You get a little
iPhone,
pop-up.
Android.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just because it's in that village, right, doesn't mean you can't show up.
That's true.
Now, did we talk about the food? Oh, yeah, we did talk about the food. So we're going to be going to Malesso next. So I think there's still some leftover crab from the crab festival.
Ooh.
Yeah, so man, because, you know, I mean, the challenge is on, right? Because
Mayor Champaco.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I get the veteran transport to bring me there?
hey,
Save on gas.
and it might. Well, we need to start.
Yo, even though I'm a hundo, like gas is still expensive.
Yes.
Well, you can gas on base.
Yeah, that's a little far.
you live in Jigo.
So
Just kidding.
yes, so yeah, we got a lot of the events coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's a lot of information that you can receive, and you know, we want to flood as much as we can information to keep our veterans feeling like there are things going on and they're not being forgotten, because the more this continues to happen, the better it's going to be for us. And
there's a lot of information going out there, and every veteran out there should be aware of the things that are happening. There's bills that, you know, the VA are trying to slide in there without us noticing. We're catching you. We're catching you. And we're reading that.
Yeah, and we should, and rightfully so, right? Because when they start doing things that start affecting us, then we start worrying, right? And, you know, one of the things we talked about, the difference between Guam and Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, it's about an hour or two away. It costs a couple $100s or so, round trip, for them to get out there and say something to a congressman. And there's 3 million of them that can do it. Well, you know, in Puerto Rico, that's their population. And for us out here, we're thousands of miles away to get there. Take us about a day to get there. $3,000 minimum to round trip to do that. So we really should start organizing and finding a way for us to be the voice out there. If nobody's going to be the voice, we got to do it ourselves, you know?
We could still do written testimony, or, you know, especially now with technology, we could do, you know, video testimony to any of these bills or these laws that are coming in place that are affecting the veteran community. And, you know, within the past couple, you know, talk shows, we were talking about some of the things that happened and how veterans got together. It doesn't mean that you can't have a voice to being here from Guam and voicing your opinion on, you know, how some of these laws is affecting us in a negative way.
That's right.
And how, you know, if we give some information that they may not be aware of, especially because of our location, what could be better for the veterans here and
no
be
one's tracking
included
it.
into the bill and the laws that are being in place without us even knowing.
Right. And even more recently, right, we're starting to do some things out here where, you know, we're paying attention. Like, you know, we have the deep sea mining, right? Now we're talking about it. But I think, right, when they're planning to do this is when we should be knowing about it. Not after they say, hey, you know, you should be here and show up here and, you know, this is the date for you to come and talk, right? We got to do some things to make that happen. And who's assigned to do that, right? I mean, it'll be good if, for example, we had our VA office in Tizen or Assen provide somebody and say, hey, guys, we will go represent the veterans and show up to these meetings and send that information back, you know, because what better way for them to do what is their mandate? And they get paid to do that. Not to say we can't go there, you know, but then if we start doing all the work, then they might take their pay and give it to us. And I don't think they want that, right? I mean, so we want them to keep having a job. And you know, we got to all work together, right? Because, you know, it's difficult to work in the government. When I say that, right, maybe there could be people hard charging in there that really want to do things, but they really got to follow the rules. So makes it hard. Oh,
time for a break. Gosh,
already?
So fast.
Wow.
I know. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. You can call into 671-888-TALK. We'll be right back.
This Lent, KFC Guam is your place for Lent with the largest selection of seafood favorites on the island. Enjoy the shrimp burger, wasabi fish sandwich, crab salad wraps, wasabi fish wraps, and island-inspired shrimp kelaguen. Craving something crispy? Dig into breaded shrimp, breaded fish fillet, and popcorn shrimp, or go all out with satisfying seafood dinners. So many choices, all made just right for the season. This Lent, choose variety, choose flavor. KFC Guam, it's finger-licking good.
Boss 104, The Point, Star 101, and Lotte Hotel Guam present the 2026 Island Wedding Expo. Mark the date, Sunday, June 14th. Join us as we showcase an abundance of elegant choices for your special day. Table spaces are now available, but hurry, they're filling up. If you're a business that caters to all things weddings, from coordinators, florists, cakes, photographers, and more, call 888-7346 and connect with Doris, Shanzi, Daryl, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Island Wedding Expo, call 888-RDIO.
And we're back. Before we go any further, let me read these comments because we talk about a lot of things and we just get woo. Okay, so online we have Tim Rock. Congrats, 100% is great.
Thanks, man.
Frank and Chris Tadigwe watching and listening with Air Force One.
What's
Johnny
up?
Atula, Taitano, Johnny and Bobby Atula watching. Hello. Gilbert Glenn. Hello, sir. Good to you from Gilbert Glen, Knoxville, Tennessee. All right. And Johnny Utah says Florida has more Puerto Ricans than Puerto Rico.
Johnny Utah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So you mean there's more than 3 million in Florida? That is interesting.
The weather's similar, I guess.
Well, and they're close by, but I'm just saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
More in Florida than there are in Puerto Rico.
So
I know they used to go to New York a lot.
There's a lot in New York.
Right?
Like a lot of Cubans in Florida.
That's what I was going to... I think...
It means there's good food over there.
Oh, I love food.
So earlier we were talking about, Congress, laws, all of that.
Yeah.
So we just received a letter, an update from the congressman. Did you want to touch on that?
Yeah, so that language, in plain language, what the congressman put out, it's basically streamlines upgrades for veterans. This bill focuses on fixing the military discharge upgrade process, which veterans use when they're trying to change a discharge. And I think that's, really awesome because, that's not a conversation we usually have as veterans. Like, why did you get out, right? Like, some of these veterans, they get out because of, something. Whether it's an OTH for, smoking weed or doing drugs or whatever, but a veteran's a veteran. And if you, like I've always been saying, if you received any injuries, while you're in service, you get compensated for it. But, an issue that we've been having lately, especially from the last war, is a lot of these individuals that are, receiving issues like PTSD, TBI, they may do some weird stuff which leads them to, dark paths in the world.
Yes.
And they get kicked out for it without acknowledging that the reason why I did this, like, for example, and I've had a lot of veterans come to me and talk to me about this, and I've had a lot of Marines and sailors that have experiences as well because of their issues that they have, whether it's TBI or PTSD. If you don't know what TBI is, it's traumatic brain injury, getting blown up a bunch of times, rattling your brain. You do some crazy stuff. Some things you can't even control.
Right.
And it leads them down these paths to, their self-recovery. And some of them, smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
They do a couple, recreational drugs and get kicked out for it. And, we can associate that to, you did this because of your conditions, right? And if you think about it, especially when it comes to, getting compensated for it, your conditions made you do these kind of things, these erratic behaviors that you have. And, it's interesting when it comes to the congressman's law because, we could address some of those issues that we have that are unspoken. So if you're one of those veterans that are out there that are kicked out of the military or have anything other than an honorable discharge, let's go think about how we could fix that and how we can get you the appropriate benefits for you so you could live a better life. Acknowledging that, your faithful service led you down this dark path. And, for some of these individuals, they go into some deep, dark paths that they don't want to get out of or they're scared to.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the congressman's bill, really helps some of these individuals that, have these particular discharges other than honorable, a dishonorable discharge, and get them upgraded in a timely manner. But, definitely put it on the priority board of, talking about it, creating a bill, and eventually getting passed into Congress so we could get these individuals upgraded.
Right. And I think we discussed that last time, right, when we talked about some folks in the Guard and the Reserve that, they get pushed out and things like that. And that's really hard, right? And everything you talked about now, there's a program that, there's resources out in Boston, the home base program, right? I mean, we haven't had anybody go try to do that again.
No.
But we're working with Wendy.
Miss Wendy. Actually, she should be here this week.
This week.
We're supposed to meet her.
Okay, very good. And then we also have, so now we have, they were doing something like that over at Guam Behavioral Health. We tried to connect all these pieces, right, to try to find a way to follow that home-based program. But I think that would be a really good program for you to try to take a look at, or even any of our veterans out here. But, it's funded through the Boston Red Sox Foundation. So there's money there.
And Wounded Warrior.
And then Wounded Warrior also is partnered in there. So we're looking at seeing how we can do that. And if not, maybe just setting up the program here. So, the way they do it for us here in Guam is they don't like to fly people out of Guam because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But what they'll try to do is fly people in, like the experts or the trainers, and then they do what they call train the trainer for folks like us. And sometimes, it's not as it's not the same as when you go out to their facilities and their places, because over there, they have everything. Yeah. Out here, we don't. Which is also another reason why when we talk about things we need on this island, right? Those are the types of things that we should be talking about, or they should be aware of.
Absolutely.
And if they're not aware of it, maybe we need to kind of remind them or just share it with them so that they can send more resources and things to help us.
Yeah, and the impact towards this letter that the congressman put out, right, if it is passed, like it reduces discharge upgrade wait times, it increases accountability for delays, and it really helps individuals that, have PTSD or TBIs to access benefits even sooner. And it improves the access for veterans in the Pacific. I think that's a big thing. And, once again, if you're a veteran that, got kicked out, have anything other than, an honorable discharge, there's always hope to upgrade that and receive your benefits. But it doesn't stop you from applying for benefits. Just because you got kicked out of the military doesn't mean that you don't rate, the help, the benefits, and the support in the veteran community.
Well, and it's it's a great great bill that he's co-sponsoring, right?
Yeah.
Because, like we said, we need to be tracking these, and we need to get the word out, especially for those that are hurting or suffering, and they thought the military would be their career. And you mentioned earlier about TBI, right? So TBI doesn't always have to be from a blast. It could also be a car accident that you were in,
someone hit you in the head,
or or you fell off a vehicle and you hit your head and no one saw it, but you did, and you told someone, but no one let you go get health, get checked. And so now you're using, like what you said, drugs, and you're having attitude issues. No one knows what's going on. Yeah. But a simple checkup or an assist, right, from someone would have caught it.
Yeah. And we had a guy who was helping people with their discharges at one point in time, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to. No.
I think he's really busy, but it's
Chris,
all
you're talking about Chris?
Yeah. Well, it's all online right now, right? You can reply for a discharge upgrade online.
Oh, cool.
And then we've also it's gotten better. Remember, so when we first had Chris around, it was other than honorable wasn't being accepted, right? And so even borderline stuff. But today they've changed that. You know what I mean? So now it's. I think the one thing that you can't get help with is a bad conduct discharge. So if you have that, right, you kind of have to get the upgrade. You know what I mean? Now, I think just about anyone with other than honorable is kind of being allowed to file. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. And it's possible.
Yes, it is.
It's possible.
Very much so.
There's a lot of people who think that it's not possible.
And there are some of them, depending on their situation, right? So I had one of our veterans when we first started out, he says, I don't know how my cousin is getting his benefits when, he got in trouble, right?
Yeah.
But the VA was still taking care of him,
That's awesome.
And it's also like if you're indigent, right, the VA can take care of you.
Yeah.
But, you just got to go ask, right? And
absolutely.
And these are the reasons why we do what we do, right, to ensure that we update everybody on some things. Now, I don't know, I just sent you something. Were you able to see that? Or
yes. So there are a bunch of different initiatives, right, that the chairman, the Chairman, is it Bost or Bust? I don't know how to say it.
I think it's Bose.
Bose, Chairman Bose is, heading. So there's the healthcare, the initiative to modernize VA healthcare, then the VA accountability reforms, and then the introduce veterans education and workforce reforms, acquisition improvements through reauthorization initiative. So there's a lot of different things that are, that are happening, right, for veterans. And then there's also another one, Ray, that we talked about earlier.
The review every veteran's
Yes,
claim
that
back?
one.
Yep, that was a good one.
So to summarize that one, it's review every veteran's claim, right?
Yeah.
So what's happening today is if a veteran files a claim,
Yep.
and they get notified of their CMP exam, if, for example, they travel or they don't answer their phone or the
they
mail
got
comes
TBI.
late. Yeah, TBI with memory issues. If they miss their CMP exam appointment, the VA automatically denies you and you have to start all over again. Or they'll even put in the letter saying, we attempted to contact you, you did not answer, or failure to show. Right. And so all of those words mean, hey, you missed your appointment. We couldn't adjudicate your claim. So now,
denied.
Right. Now there's something working in Congress saying, hey, why do you do that? Why don't you just keep attempting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Attempting to call them.
Yeah. And that should be a no-brainer. Like, you should follow up. Like, these individuals are filing, especially with what they're filing for. Some of these individuals are waiting and, they don't know any better. They're not going through the boot camps. They're not like understanding what's going on. Shoot, they get the really big package of their decision letter. They don't know how to read that. Like, nobody wants to read that.
And just because we read it very often, right? Yeah. Doesn't mean we always catch everything in there.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it takes more than one set of eyes. Sometimes when you get a doctor like Dr. Akoma to read it, right? He says, this is what, wait, I got to use the Jamaican accent, he says. This is how you read this. Almost
Nigerian.
They always tell him he's...
Doc, if you're listening.
No, they always tell Doc he's Jamaican, so he laughs about that.
Oh, man.
But at the end of the day, right, he would tell us the things that it's saying from a medical perspective. And then every once in a while, we have to, show him that doctors don't know everything. We say, Doc, you got to do this and do that. And then once in a while, he says, nah, maybe I'll listen to you. But good stuff, right? I mean, even with that, right, we know of veterans that they get that letter that, they denied them because they didn't answer their phone. And they said, what do you mean I didn't answer my phone? All I did was wait for my phone to ring and nobody called me. And they'll say, I can show you my list of calls that they never called me. And they would still deny them. And the real easy fix to that is, if that's the case, is just turn it back in and say the same thing and they'll reschedule you. So, and part of the problem is some of those youngsters that they're bringing in, right, to work at the VA, that's the entry level that it's doing that. And it makes it really difficult because they're put in a time crunch. The people that are more senior than them are out having coffee, telling them, hey, do this for me.
And if you're wondering why you got denied, that's probably it too.
All right, so we're about to wrap up. So what do you have to say, Ray?
Yo, let me tell you. First, never give up. And second, if you need help, all you have to do is ask.
And I guess I'm supposed to say, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
And I say, stay ready, stay informed, and as always, thank you for your service. We'll see you all next week.
All right.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Good night. Thanks, Jose.
Yeah.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
This is a Fox News alert. A collision at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. I'm Ted Lindner. All flights have been grounded at LaGuardia Airport this morning after a plane from Montreal crashed into a vehicle on the tarmac. Multiple people were injured.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop, truck one, stop. Stop, truck one, stop. Stop, truck one, stop.
That sound courtesy of FlightRadar24.com. More details from Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer.
Air Canada ExpressJet has reportedly collided with a fire truck while taxiing. This all happened around 11:30 p.m. local time. The FAA has issued a ground stop for all planes at that airport until at least 2 p.m. Eastern, effectively closing the airport. Video taken by bystanders and posted on social media appears to show the jet with severe damage.